okay, finally, it makes sense. Because up until now, it was very bizarre. All of a sudden, you get this controversy popping out of nowhere. And it says that gamers are upset because Megan Fox is playing the role of Nitara. And I look into it and it's like, well, no, gamers aren't upset because Megan Fox is playing the role of Nitara. They were laughing at the fact that her interview was very cringe. Like, she obviously felt uncomfortable talking about the subject. I made a video explaining why. She obviously isn't a violent person, but I guess like the plot points, the script points that she was having to read made her feel like she's enjoying being this character that pulls the heart out of people, and she had to say that she identifies with that, so it was very bizarre, right? And that was like the reason that gamers were upset. So like this was the controversy, but now that we actually get to hear her voice lines, I understand why they had to astroturf this controversy along. I mean, listen to this, chat. Holy shit.
We can't help what we are. That we feed on blood doesn't make us evil.
Let me play that again.
We can't help what we are. That we feed on blood doesn't make us evil.
So I actually listened to other people who managed to play the game early, and they confirmed that all of her voice acting is done like this. Now, in the industry, this is called a hard read. You're called voice actor. Like, you gotta act, you gotta put some emotion, you gotta put some feeling into it. Now, unfortunately, you know, this is the only video that I got because the game isn't out yet at the time of making this video. But again, like, I looked through some other trailers, and I also listened to other people that managed to get the early access by purchasing the deluxe edition, something that, God forbid, I'll never do. And they confirmed that this is how this character is speaking. And it's very sad because I remember playing since Mortal Kombat 4, like, it was cringy, but at least you could see that the actors are putting some emotion into it. To me, this sounds like the actress was paid and, you know, she watched, like, what is this, a video game? Alright, well, I'll just give them a couple of lines and they should be happy that I wasted my time with them. I do think, like, this is how she approached the subject, and I'm not really shocked about it because, like, she's a Hollywood actress, and obviously, you know, like, she's a woman close to the age of my mother. Now, from my mother generation, they really hated violence. They really dislike this fantasy type of thing. Like, they view it as being incredibly immature. Like, video games are for children because it has game in the name, right? Like, children play games, adults, they watch football and they drive cars. Like, that is the mentality from my mother's generation. So when you approach Megan Fox, I wouldn't be surprised if this is her mentality as well. So you have, like, this video game company, you know, approaching her, asking for a couple of lines. She probably doesn't even know, like, how video game actors and voice actors should sound like or be like. So then she just, you know, did a hard read for most of the lines. Then did a presentation at a studio and said, oh my god, yes, I love ripping off the hearts from people. Yeah, that's so me. You know, like, this is a part of me that I always wanted to show the world, but unfortunately, the law doesn't allow. Very cringe interview, right? So, you got this. And this is what we got. And it's so fascinating. I guess this is what it means that the game industry has finally matured. Right? Like, when I remember, like, 2016, all the activists and journalists, like, we as the gaming industry need to mature. And I think, like, this is it. I think we have reached the age of maturity. No more fun, right? No more entertainment. Just serious hard read on lines. Very, very poker face. You're reading the lines and everyone else has to like it. It's like this huge, massive disconnect between the boomers that are running these companies and the actual customers. Like, they legitimately think that Hollywood actors are as popular as they used to be when they were younger. Except a couple of Hollywood actors that I can think of, like maybe Morgan Freeman, probably Arnold Schwarzenegger, but like, he's definitely not the type of person to voice a character in Mortal Kombat anymore. But yeah, like Morgan Freeman, and there may be like a couple of others, like Chris Pratt, and, you know, one or two extra actors, Keanu Reeves. But other than that, like, all Hollywood actors and wannabe celebrities, no one cares about them. Honestly, like people would care far more if you got a VTuber to voice one of these characters than if you get, like, a Hollywood celebrity. And it's probably cheaper. Like, if you were to get Gargura to voice one of the Mortal Kombat characters, or Project Melody, or anyone like that, it would genuinely be more in touch and more popular with the fandom than just getting Will Smith or someone. You know, this is what the Hollywood producers and the gaming companies just refuse and fail to understand. That in our generation, fucking VTubers are the Hollywood actors. Like, there's more people that would go watch a movie at the cinema if they knew that Nyanners is playing there, or Pipkin Pippa, rather than just, oh, it's another movie with Will Smith. I guarantee to you, if you put Gargura on the big screen, blockbuster movie, like, people would just go watch it even if it's shit, just because Gargura is there. I'm not kidding. Same with K-Son, right? Like, these are the celebrities of our time, whether you want to or not, to admit that, right? Because maybe you don't like VTubers. Like, I get it. You know, not everyone wants them. Like, you do not enjoy the ushi-kushi anime girl doing the stuff, you know, like, that's fine. That's fine. But when you look at the numbers, they speak out. Like, when you look at how much money people are donating into these characters on super chats alone, we're not even talking about the key rings and all the other bullshit. Like, when you're looking at that, it's very difficult to disagree that these individuals are insanely popular, they're in high demand, and just like an army of simps that want to see them. Far more than Megan Fox. Right? So, like, if you look at Megan Fox, I'm pretty sure, like, she's in touch with the audience, the age of our parents. But, like, when you look at the younger generations, they do not care about Megan Fox that much. Either way, you know, it's like, oh, well, she's an actress, yeah, sure, you know, like, she can act, I suppose. But that's the limit. And this is what the game industry maturing means. It's like they completely abandoned the younger generation. They're completely disconnected from their own fans. Like, they still want to make games that appeal to the young generation, but they have matured, right? So it's kind of like grandpa doing something for his nephew without even knowing or caring what his nephew enjoys. So that's my take regarding it. Yeah, awful voice acting. Like, what can I say? You could have gotten a person from Fiverr doing better voice lines with more emotions, with more feeling and more heart and soul than what she did. And it's shocking that none of them actually decided that they don't like these voice lines. I mean, I'm making my own video game. I wouldn't have accepted these lines. Unironically, like, if Megan Fox herself came to me and said, hey, I want a voice for your video game, I want to be the Sakubasu, I will be like, okay, well, what can you do? If she gives me just, like, flat-out hard read from the text, I will be like, well, I understand you're Megan Fox, but I'm sorry. You know, we're not going to be collaborating. This doesn't work out. I mean, this would be, like, the normal thing to do, but unfortunately, again, they just have no quality control. Like when it comes to boobies and you know, like, having sexy women, oh, that's where the quality control is being focused on. Oh, did you say an offensive joke? Did you say something bad? Did you say something racist on Twitter? That's what their quality control does. But when it comes to, like, can you actually make a good product? Crickets. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.